As we have mentioned in our previous letter, the book of John was written by Apostle John, who also wrote 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, and Revelation. The Gospel of John has 21 chapters, and John chapter 1, verses 1 through 5, is the summary of the entire book of John. We saw that God is the Word, the life, and the light. God was with Jesus. He was the light, as in John chapter 8, verse 12, I am the light of the world. And the people were darkness, as in Ephesians chapter 5, verse 8, for you were once darkness. Therefore, Jesus came 2,000 years ago to give the light to the world because the people had no light in them. The people were living in the time of spiritual darkness. In Matthew chapter 4, verse 16, it said, the people living in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of the shadow of death, a light has dawned. Jesus came and gave the word to his own people, who had the scripture, but they did not understand. Instead, they hated Jesus and hung him on the cross. Jesus came to his own people, but his own did not receive him. The light shone in the darkness, but the darkness did not understand. Moving to the next verse, John chapter 1, verse 6, begins by introducing John the Baptist, the older cousin of Jesus. John the Baptist was not the true light, but he was a lamp, as it is said in John chapter 5, verse 35, that came before the light to testify the true light and to prepare the way for Jesus. Anyone who accepted Jesus received the right to become the children of God. The grace and love of God finally had come even to the people who were not the physical descendants of Abraham. Grace and truth came through Jesus to all who believed in his name. We have all received his blessings, one after another. Apostle John describes the end of one era and the beginning of a new era in John chapter 1 through Jesus' first coming. As God ended the generation of Adam and began a new generation through Noah because Adam broke the promise with God, a similar event also happened at the time of Jesus' first coming. Jesus chose a new spiritual generation because his own did not accept him. Therefore, Jesus created a new spiritual generation. By now, we should know the Bible is composed of the Old and the New Testament. However, many Christians misunderstand the word testament to mean testimony. However, the word testament means promise, not testimony. The promise is very important to God. There is the Old Testament, the old promise given by God to his people. Jesus was able to keep and fulfill the prophecies of the Old Testament regarding himself, and he gave us the New Testament, the new promise. It says in the Bible, my people broke the covenant like Adam. They were unfaithful to me there. Therefore, let us not break the covenant Jesus gave us. Let us not forget the promise like Adam did, or like the people who rejected Jesus 2,000 years ago because they misunderstood the scripture and the promise of God. Jesus said, if anyone loves me, he will obey my teaching. Let us obey his teachings, his commands, and keep his promise. Today, we live in a crucial time within human history. Thus, let us believe and keep the promises given by God and Jesus to inherit his eternal kingdom and become the light of the world.